Hello again, everyone. This is Game Collector here, and this week I have with me Transformers Generations Thrilling 30 Decepticon Doubledealer. And there's the figure right there, and here's the box. Okay, let's move the figure out of the way, and then we'll put the box in shot so you can see it. Here's Doubledealer on the front and the side doing the whole panoramic image thing, and wow, that actually shows up really nicely on camera. Neat. There's the Thrilling 30 logo, Rhinox on the bottom, robot and jet and tank stuff on the box. He is Series 2, number 4. His stats are, there they are. I actually wrote them down in advance. So, Strength 8, Intelligence 8, Speed 6, which is ridiculous because he turns into a jet. Endurance 9, Rank 8, Courage 9, Firepower / Fire Blast 8, and Skill 9. Those are some pretty wicked skills. And yeah, he uses the Blitzwing mold. The reason I skipped Blitzwing and went straight to Doubledealer is because I don't like the fact that Blitzwing has the stupid Transformers animated gimmick when it's clearly supposed to be the G1 character. At least they got the G1 face right. And this mold is also being used for Transformers Cloud Starscream, which is basically Doubledealer now sporting Starscream's colors and being Starscream. Anyway, feel free to pause here and now, or, I'm just going to have to hold it in place long enough for it to be readable. Okay, that's long enough. Now that the box is out of the way, going to cover the figure, and there are some posability problems with him involving his shoulders. Yeah, this is going to be his. I consider his robot mode his weakest mode, even though it's really nice to look at, and he sports the awesome Doubledealer G1 colors, which unfortunately I never had Doubledealer when I was little, because I was only like 2 or 3 when Doubledealer came out. And you guys already know my very first Transformer was a G1 Soundwave anyway. So, yeah, as you can see right here, these do not like to peg in place at all. And yeah, just by trying to move the shoulder up, it likes to just completely fall apart. Based on transformation, can fold outward. He has a hinged elbow and a bicep swivel and a wrist swivel. Hips leg can swing like so, with a 90-degree hinge. Maybe just a little bit more than 90 degrees, but he does have a hinge in there. And the feet are on ball joints, so, they can move in any direction. And he has a thigh swivel, which works for transformation. The head, which has light piping, which doesn't show up very well with this light. There we go. And of course this cannon, which gets in the way, which can be moved out of the way. There. Well, I got the light piping to work, which is what counts. And my hair is getting in the way again. So we'll put him back up there, and now he has a cannon sticking out of his butt, making it look like he's taking a poo. So we'll have it twisted that way as I adjust my headset so I can actually speak better. He comes with, well, you saw them, a little rifle and a sword, which will be moved. But first we are going to turn him into one of his alternate modes, probably his tank, because the tank is really obnoxious. Now, as with all of his alternate modes, you pretty much just push both of his hands up and then fold these things over his hands. The next obnoxious part to deal with is the, oh right, for posability the head can actually turn 360 degrees, because I would have forgotten it if I didn't talk about it now. Anyway, going to take this cannon and move it, and this soft rubber cone, there. So that's a couple of steps out of the way. Sorry, God, I am parched. So he should now look like this. And for tank mode, these go upwards, and these fins fold in, and the tank barrel goes like so. But we'll take care of this stuff in a bit. For the legs, split or elongate like so. Fold up the feet and bend the knee 90 degrees and pull out the tank treads. There are a few extra steps to do with these, and this is what makes transforming the tank really obnoxious. Also be sure to rotate like 180 degrees. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to do the tank cannon anyway. The main turret. Now, these little extended parts right here and here will respectively peg into these purple ports. Right by my finger, those little holes. That's where they peg in for tank mode. Alternatively, I'm going to, well, you'll see. There's a mid-transformation mode that looks like a boat in here too, so I'll probably show that off. Now, as for these, and this is the part where it gets obnoxious as hell, that little hole will go into that peg right there that my thumb is tapping and is in front of my thumb. Will go in there, and then this part at the same time will have to go inside here. Yeah. How do you do that, by the way? Well, first you actually have to turn this part up front, and that's pegged in. Now you push down on the foot, and there. Wow, it actually cooperated for a change. So now the leg is done, or the one tank tread. Now it has a leg sticking out on the other side, so I'm going to rotate this 180 and line it up, turn that, This side, however, does not want to cooperate at all because I did not fold out the tank treads. Okay. And that's in there. And there we go. And now the tank will not be able to balance because of the giant jet cockpit on its underside. Which causes it to wobble around, and it will not get any more flush than that. Come on. Ah, there we go. And these attach like so, and these, the little back wing tips, can be folded up a number of ways behind the tank or whatever. You can put them however you want because they won't be seen. It doesn't really roll that well because it will never ever be flush to the ground because of that stupid jet cockpit up front. But on one hand, the tank turret can rotate 360 degrees. It cannot be raised or lowered, and to be quite honest, it has the weakest blast ever, and this looks really, really, really inappropriate. Yeah, that was it. Let's try that again. It's just so pitiful. The tank cannon, it's spring-loaded and such, but it's just so pathetic. It's sad, really. So, because it's so pathetically weak, you never really have to, at least on mine, I never have to worry about losing the missile because it doesn't go flying across the room. It barely goes flying a foot. And as for adjusting the tank cannon to make it go up and down, put it in, okay, hold on. Put the arms in the jet configuration. You can see here, and there, the tank cannon can now be raised and fire oh so slightly pathetically further. Yeah, still pathetic. And it has little tiny wheel inside. It had two of them at one point. Oh dear. Unless it lost one of them. Yeah, you can tell where the one wheel came off. Well, I'm going to have to fold those back in anyway. Yeah, it fell out. Great. And it could be a number of places since this review, or it didn't have one to begin with. I didn't notice until just now. There's also something else I wanted to mention. Oh yes, before I do take it any further, this little port right here looks like it could be used for a Power Master, like it's begging to be used for a Power Master. And these two ports where the leg separates, it looks like there could be potential for a third-party kit to turn this thing not into a tank, but into a missile truck. Because that's what it used to be. Now, continuing on, the third or fourth mode that I figured out on my own, and I'm going to fold the treads away off camera because, oh boy, he may have lost that tire because this is actually the second time I've videotaped him. There we go. Those are secure now. He may have lost the little wheel in the previous recording. So now that the legs are in jet mode, this little raised bump right here will go in there, but not all the way like it would have to with the tank. Now this is just a fan-made mode, by the way, as I keep saying. There's also a fan-made mode for his bird mode from somewhere, so he looks more like his G1 flight mode instead of a jet. I don't know how to do that. I've forgotten. Oh, that wasn't pushed all the way in. And now it is. Now, this little fan mode that I've discovered on my own makes him look like he's a boat, or a submarine, or something. Or some Cybertronian vehicle of some sort. I personally think he looks like a boat. So, anyway, I'll re-rotate the arms around. Or pull them out entirely. Flip up the jet nose cone. And lock it in place. Pull out the landing gear, and to be quite frank, the jet mode is more able than the tank mode to stay balanced. And you can do a couple of things. You can leave the cannon up top. Oh, right, the wings. These need to be flat. These pull out all the way, and these slide. And they don't particularly enjoy locking in place very good, so you got to put a bit of pressure on them. You got to push down while you fold them out. There. And you can either have the arms in the jet configuration, or in the tank configuration, so that he has a giant gun on the top of his jet mode. Oh yeah, and the arms, these little tabs. Come on, get in the view. Tabs. They tab into place. And you can also fold the cannon out or have it up front. And again, with the mention of a third-party kit, that could just attach all up here and fold back here and be like a giant booster instead. And this goes here, gun forward. There. His jet mode. And as I've said plenty of times before this, I cannot stop digging his colors. And the reason his nose cone has the face printed on it is, you know, to go with his bird mode. And the cockpit can be raised by about half a centimeter or something. And now we're just going to take one trip from, you know, between the modes into the robot mode. The instructions only tell you how to do robot mode to either of the vehicles, so you essentially just have to decide to skip steps if you want to go between vehicles or, you know, whatever. Oh, yeah, I already twisted them back fully. And there goes the weapon off screen. Might as well eject the missile before I lose it by accident by sending it off screen. I hate the arms. I also hate the nose cone, but you'll see why in just a few moments. Come on, there. Oh, right. It has to be facing up. And for some weird reason, you can't pull the head up without something pointy. And you probably didn't see that, so do it again. Because the instructions doesn't tell you how to do dramatic head reveal, because there is a spring under his head. I see it, but I have no idea how to make it work. And there you have... come on. Doubledealer. And since the back port is just completely covered, you can put his weapons on the back of each shoulder, like so. And that has been it for this week, and I will see you all later.